test the mic and see, because we're going to just place it here and I can just turn it up. So you keep talking so that we can test. Hello, I should say that first.
Yes, I know.
Hello and welcome everybody. This is a podcast which is mostly about people and more so about people who've emigrated to a different country. I am an immigrant. I am currently based in New Zealand. I'm from India. We have Sabrina, about whom we're going to talk in this episode. So I've been intrigued since a very long time about the hustles that anybody goes through. I want to know what was that one trigger that people, moved, took that leap of faith and moved altogether into a different country, have either family moving in or have made their family in a different country. I'm hoping we can get some of those questions answered today, because Sabrina is my ex-neighbor and now my bestie. So what better to have her on the show for the first episode and to start the conversations with her. So thank you and appreciate your time today. So over to you, Sabrina. Just tell us something about yourself.
I want to say so much about myself.
For sure, feel free, just go wild. More than happy. I'm just so elated.
There's a lot to know about me. You have to go to my channel.
Yeah.
And my nickname is Mithila. No one calls me that other than my family and my old friends.
It's cute. Yeah, I was surprised too when I discovered. I was like, who's Mithila?
Me.
And then I was like, who's Sabrina?
Me.
Okay.
And so I've been brought up in Dhaka, which is the capital of Bangladesh, but I was born in my village. And even though my whole life was in Dhaka and my study, my friends and everything, I could never be a city girl. I'm always a village girl. And I was telling you earlier that my food connects me to my root.
Yeah.
Like everyone's food connects to their root, right? So my root is my village. And my food I connect to with my mom and my daddy.
Oh.
And I miss my daddy a lot.
Oh, yeah, I know grandparents are precious.
Oh my god, yes.
So you come from Bangladesh, and I haven't been to Bangladesh. How is the country, and how was your upbringing? As in, how was it when you were growing up? And
So, if I start telling them, and then whole Bangladesh will come after me.
oh my God,
Like, oh, you're seeing bad things.
Oh.
But that's what happened. What can I do?
Yeah, that's your life, and
Yeah,
I mean,
what
you're
can I
talking
do?
about your life,
Yeah.
your childhood. And
Not that great. No, my family is nice. Okay, but it's the
vibes of
society,
the country,
or it's the people.
Yeah, it's the
Okay,
people who
how
make it
they
a
treat you. So I didn't like it at all.
So was it like since you were a child that you wanted to move?
Yes, since I was a child, since I was in class 2.
Oh my gosh. And so what did you do? Like, how did all the prep to move a country started?
So since then, like when I was in school and I was in class 2 and I didn't have a friend, I was like, okay, I'll move to a different country. I don't like it. Okay.
Fair
And
enough.
then when I was in class 5 or 6, I started collecting photos of abroad. And pasted in my diaries.
Do you still have those diaries? Have you bought them with you?
No, I think my mom sold it for party.
Do you want to tell us how old were you when you moved to New Zealand? She starts counting now. Something along.
29.
Oh my gosh, same! Gosh, I think I met my soul sister off the record for this, but for now, so you were, say, 29, entering your 30s when you first traveled. What was the first culture shock that you experienced? I mean, that I'm asking, and I'm going to elaborate. My question relies in terms of change in time zones, living away from your family where you know you won't be able to see them, at least not until 24 hours, because that's how long it takes to commute back. So what
I didn't get any shock.
Okay.
I didn't. It's magical for me. I was like, oh my god, how beautiful is this country?
Yeah, it is.
And,
I mean,
and the society, and people smile at me when I
I
walk.
know, right? I completely agree with you on that. However, when you finish that walk and come back home, look at your phone and you would want to ring your, say, your sister or your parents, it does give you some sort of a change where, because you're not in the same time zone now, where you could have just got up and rang. Because it has happened with me a number of times. I've woken up and I'm like, okay, I'm going to call my sister, and I'm like, oopsie, no, because she's in a different time zone. Has that happened with you? Did you take time to accommodate, or was it just like go from the...
No, it was very easy for me. I was like, okay, I have to just wait for a bit to call them. Maybe this is morning, I can call them in the afternoon.
Yeah, right? Like you still think about it. You may just
I
get
do.
a second.
Of course, whenever, sometimes I need to call them, like it's urgent, but I can't.
You can't.
Yes.
Because they're
So
sleeping.
that's there. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
that's a change. And it is, I'm sure, different. You've experienced it as well, like when somebody in the family is unwell and you know, it's their sleeping time, but you're awake and you are eager to talk to them.
Yeah, to know what's happening.
That's interesting. Because I'm going to ask about what would a 30-year-old Sabrina like to tell a 14-year-old Sabrina to do or not do certain stuff? Or will she just let her be as she has been and there's no regrets or, you know, any changes that she would like to make?
So you know, the one thing I want to tell my younger self that, you know, you're so beautiful. Oh God, you know, I my younger self used to think, oh my God, I'm so ugly, nobody loves me. But I have the photos.
Oh my God.
I'm so beautiful, my God.
Indeed. And I love it.
Yeah, so older me needs to know that you're worth it.
Yeah.
Even though you don't have friends, doesn't matter. You're gonna get good friends later on.
Always the approach that you had, because most of us, and especially women, and I'm not going to actually keep men out of it. I'm pretty sure as humans, all of us see our own follies first and are so insecure. Was that always your approach, or have you changed it? If you have, then what was the motivation for you to change that thought process and to keep yourself first and love yourself, because that's where it all starts, right?
So this is interesting actually, because no, that was not always the case, and I changed it after reading a book.
Okay. You want to tell us about the book?
So it's called The Secret.
Okay.
That's the book's name. Okay, and it's about law of attraction. Okay, so I didn't know about it, but then when I learned, and I was like, okay, there's no harm in trying, So I tried to change the approach. So the first thing you do is when you talk to yourself in your mind, you talk good.
Yeah.
That you're beautiful, you're worth it, you can do it. You can achieve anything you want. You can be friends with anyone you want.
True.
And I tried and tested it.
Okay.
And it works.
And it worked for you.
Yeah. So when the simple things started working, then I went for the bigger things. So that's how my life changed actually.
Fair enough.
And the second book was Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Oh,
Yeah. Again.
Yeah.
So these two books actually changed my life.
Approach and thinking.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So I mean, enough break, because she was feeling cold. उसके पाए में ठंडा लग रहा है.
पाई ठंडा लग रहा है.
पाए ठंडा लग रहा है. Okay.
Good.
Okay. Cool. So my next question to you would be, what is your message or a piece of advice for somebody who's wanting to immigrate to New Zealand? If there's one advice that you could give them, because I'm assuming there's somebody out there sitting thinking, they'd like it and maybe they deserve it, they need it, but it's the leap of faith that is to be taken. But your motivation or your advice could actually trigger, because they can relate with you. right? So, what is that one piece of advice you would want to give them? And
One thing would be unlearn all the bad things.
okay.
So there's a very bad practices happens in our country, and we actually don't do it knowingly. We do it just like that.
It just happens.
Because yes, like since childhood we used to do it. So throw things like rubbish anywhere.
Litter,
Yes, so litter and park anywhere, wherever you want, drive however you want, not following any rules. You need to unlearn all these things.
Yeah.
Please, otherwise you're gonna struggle a lot.
Yeah, that's the work that they have to do in the physical world out there, which is like the boundary of after crossing the boundary of their house. Is it something that they can do within themselves to accelerate or to keep the momentum if they are looking to move that going? Some sort of a motivation, a work or an action that they need to do for themselves to say. So if somebody is thinking about finances, if somebody is thinking about education, what would you like to tell them? How can they make that happen for themselves? Like, what are the resources available to them there in Bangladesh that can help them make that move?
I mean, actually, who is going to help them? That's what you need to know. Like how Galip came. Like he came through an agent.
Okay.
So
So there are registered agents in Bangladesh?
only one.
Okay.
Only one.
Okay.
That's global study, and there's office in Hotel Intercontinental.
Okay. We are just going to point out and say this is not a sponsored post.
They don't even know.
Yeah, but I mean, for people to know if there's anybody who's going, we are not sponsored and we are not responsible for any liability. Should somebody go and fail in that process, or
Yes.
should not the process if that doesn't take place. But so yeah, please
But
continue.
he came through that, and his friends came through that agent,
Mm.
and they're really good.
Okay.
And there's no bad business happening behind the scene. Okay, there will be upfront. Yes, very authentic. If it's not gonna happen, they will tell you.
Cool. Thank you for that information. I think people should do their research and homework. Other than that, you've provided them the point of contact if they really look forward to going. We're not ending the podcast yet, but I really like.
Are you getting bored?
Clearly, they can't say that right now. And we can continue. We're being very nice right now, trying to stick to the point, given that the limited resources that we have. But yeah, so I'm not wrapping up the podcast, but I'd really like you to tell, for someone like me who's never been to Bangladesh, but I'm an Asian, so I mean, we are neighbors. So anybody in general wanting to visit Bangladesh, what would you like to recommend places that they see? The second point is food places where you'd recommend them to see, both vegetarian and non-vegetarian. I'm a vegetarian, so I'm gonna go for it.
Oh my god, it's so hard because I don't eat out.
Oh my gosh!
And so places I can tell you.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. Like we have 64. Is it 65 now? I don't remember, but we had 64 districts.
Oh wow.
Okay. So each district is different. So it's very beautiful wherever you go. But main places usually people go is Cox's Bazar because it's the longest sea beach in the world.
Wow.
So it's 101 kilometers, I think, long.
I'm gonna put a picture here, so for the viewers to relate.
And just correct me if I'm wrong for the kilometer.
Kilometers, yeah.
Just put it there, okay? And the other one is Sylhet. I love Sylhet. Oh my god,
What is it?
It's I don't know. It's the vibe. I really like it.
Like,
And-
what is it? A store or?
No, it's a district. It's a region.
Oh, okay.
So it's a division itself as well, and then it's a district as well. But all the tea come from there, so they have tea estates there.
Oh, wow.
So yes,
Oh,
see
my
that's
God.
that's why it's beautiful.
I get
And
it.
I had a privilege to actually stay in a tea estate.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god, it's a bungalow.
Okay.
Cox's Bazar.
Cox's Bazar and
then
Sylhet.
Yes,
forget about vegetarians for now. What are the good? So okay, feel free to just tell us about places that I can eat. I'm a vegetarian.
My house.
Okay. Of course, we can't send our viewers to your house. You have to definitely tell us stores.
Okay, no. So, if you're going to, definitely you're going to Dhaka, that's where you're going to land. Okay?
Yeah.
But yes, in Dhaka there are so many places. If you Google them, they'll show you vegetarian places, non-vegetarian places, and all the restaurants, they have vegetarian options. So you don't have to worry about like only non-veg. There's no only non-veg.
Okay.
So
But,
everyone carries vegetarian option.
What's the cuisine that we should look for when in Dhaka? Like Bengali?
So we are Bengali, so only Bengali food.
Okay. And is there a particular time or season that people should be visiting? What?
Winter, because then we have pitha.
Oh yes.
Ah.
You have to explain what pitha is.